Hi, thank you for tuning in to Tour Talk Tuesdays. My name is Black Hexican, and I'm your host. I am also the CEO of KSB TV, and I just want to invite you guys in on the planning of the Million Post Tour. I'm not going to hold tonight for very long. I know our guys are over on Matty Allen's show, talking some real crypto, but we want to be consistent. We want to provide you guys with updates every Tuesday. So we're just going to fill you in on the main things that have been happening so far this week. Going to fix my camera a little bit. So first off, let me do a little screen share. You guys know that we have tour vehicles. We have the HEX car and the Boast car and the Staker car have already been sent to do other things, other brand sponsorships for HEX and for the community. And so we are looking to get some new cars for this tour. So we've already acquired our first car. It is an SUV. And this car is really a people mover when we're in cities to be able to travel around the city without being in our larger car, which will be an RV. So we've been doing a lot of shopping, going to different RV venues, or what I can't even think of what you call them, but to search and to see what type of RV we're going to want. And so we've already looked at the type A's and the type C's, but we haven't exactly identified which one we're going to go with. There are benefits and some downsides to both of them, but we do know that we want to get a huge RV and we want to wrap it in all of the Richard Hart ecosystem projects. So we're really excited about that. And as soon as we have a decision on which RV we're going to get, then we'll make sure that you guys are a part of that process as well. I have a guest with me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. He goes by Hex and More. How you doing, Hex and More?
Hello, everybody.
So the reason why I invited Hex and More on tonight, because he is a big part of the background of this tour and getting us organized and getting us ready to get going. Hex and More is a volunteer Hexican who was like, hey, I have some time on my hands. I have some skills as far as being able to communicate with people, and I can help. And I was like, this is exactly why I love this HEX community so much, because as soon as you're feeling overwhelmed or like, I don't have, all the time to be able to do what I need to do, somebody steps up and is there to help you. So Hex and More has stepped up to help us find venues for all of our workshops. I'm sure he'll be helping us find venues for parties and all those other things. But most importantly, the first thing we want to get nailed down are our venues. So just want to check in with you, Hex and More. How's things been going?
Oh, it's been exciting. Just looking at our first three stops, Los Angeles and Sacramento and Seattle, as far as our one-day conferences. And I just checking out each city and, finding out what the hot spots are and trying to find good venues.
Absolutely. And so we know that Los Angeles, we want to happen. We have some venues that we've scalped that we're still in negotiations with, but we haven't been able to pull the trigger to get a confirmed venue yet, really because of the launch of PulseChain. We need PulseChain to launch before we pay any deposits on any venues to do an educational workshop. The last thing we want to do is get locked into a date and we don't have PulseChain there, because it is very important that we actually be able to send you polls. Everybody should get coins, and everybody should have an opportunity to be able to learn how to use PulseX and operate on the system. So that is why we have kind of delayed in giving you an exact location for the LA workshop. Although we're super excited about it, we have probably the most speakers that have confirmed to be available in Los Angeles. So we really want this one to happen on this date. But Hexamore, tell us what we do know about our second workshop, which is in San Francisco.
All right,
Or
so
no, Sacramento, I'm sorry.
yeah, I think it looks like we're going to nail down the Safe Center. It's the main conference center for the Sacramento area. It's right there in the heart of downtown, across from some great bars and restaurants and hotels. And so I think we're looking at Saturday, July the 23rd for that event. And
Yes.
yeah, we got quite a big space in that venue. Like we're looking at about 200 plus seating. So hopefully we'll pack the house.
Absolutely. So then we'll go ahead once we get that completely locked in, and we're already in the contract stage of it, so it's almost guaranteed. We'll go ahead and release that address. It'll be right here on KSB TV on the main page. You can see where you can go to this event. We will update this location here as soon as we have it. But tickets are already for sale. You can already do like a Shell sponsorship and get a discounted ticket for Sacramento. That one is good to go, July 23rd. We do feel pretty comfortable with the launch of polls that we should be good for this date. But we will have to get back to you on Los Angeles. Anything else we should? Oh, what about those hotels that were nearby if you are planning on maybe flying in for Sacramento?
Okay. Right directly across the street is a Sheraton Grand and the Hyatt Regency.
Yes,
And then
absolutely.
just blocks away, just literally blocks away, is like a Hyatt Centric. And one called Kempton Sawyer, which is a pretty popular chain. I'm finding out.
Okay.
It looks like it's a really awesome downtown complex. The Sacramento Kings play down there. Unfortunately, it's not basketball season, so we won't be able to catch a game. But it looks like there's a lot of fun things to do, restaurants and whatnot mixed in with the hotels, and so I think it's going to be a great location.
Yeah, I actually have a video that they sent us, so I'm gonna try and do a little screen share real quick. Let's see. Here. And just trying. Yeah, that gives that a play. And so we are going to be over in the D Hall. Is that right, Hexamore?
Yes, yeah, down there towards the bottom right section of the D Hall, there's some escalators. And so just as soon as you top off at the escalators off to the right, I believe there'll be rooms 10 and 11. And
Nice.
yeah, I really like the location. Yeah, one thing I think it's going to be great is that it's so well designed as far as everything being close by that I don't think anybody would have to take an Uber as far as anybody who's staying the night or spending the weekend. And so I think we'll have a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have a little comment here saying that we should go to Oregon and Washington, and we are definitely going to both Oregon and Washington. Haven't decided exactly what all we're going to be doing in Oregon. We do know that we are reaching out to some colleges out there to do some college visits. And then in Seattle, that is another location for one of our workshops. So we should have a venue, in the upcoming weeks for our workshop in the Washington area as well. So thank you for those comments. As far as other updates, those are the main things that we're working on right now, venues and cars. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you guys. A Hexican by the name of Fill Up Banks on Telegram messaged me. There is a group of guys that are really, focused on marketing for Hex and Pulse. And so they did these direct marketing ads. If you guys are on what's that, Twitter, there's a guy, Richard replied to him. There's a guy that goes by the name of Peter. It's just at Peter. And him and Richard kind of had like a little, interesting, back and forth about direct mail and whether or not Hex is a scam. So we have some of these now. They're going on tour. And we just, appreciate what the Hexicans are doing out there to support the tour, to support promoting the product, sending, us materials to be able to pass out on the tour. Just like, on the last tour, we had people sending us shirts and sending us hats. And this is how this is going to go. This is how this tour is going to, blow up bigger than we ever could have expected. So not much more here from our side. Just a quick update on what's going on. We'll be back next Tuesday. We'll have a lot more guests on, some updates as far as some of our college visits that we already have booked, and some ideas for how you can contact the local colleges in your area. Thank you, Hex and More, for joining me tonight. And
thanks for having me.
If there's nothing else, that's going to be the end of our show tonight. Good night.
Goodbye, everybody.